Are some of your top real estate gurus holding back major secrets from you?
Stephan, Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, Bigger Pockets. What are these guys hiding exactly? Today we're going to be talking about some of your favorite YouTube real estate gurus and what are some of the things that they're not telling you and what are you missing? By the end of this video, you're gonna have clarity on what path you wanna follow so that you can get started on your multifamily investing journey.
For those of you that don't know us, we're Jen and Stacey Conkey, and last year we acquired 967 doors in 4 markets we never set foot in, using all of the strategies that we have developed, tested, and retested over the years. We've been investing since 2003, and we love dropping knowledge to help all of those newbies out there that aren't making sense of the chaos. That was us, and we just vowed that we were gonna disrupt the multifamily education space, so listen up. We're gonna share some secrets with you. All right, right off the bat, let's talk about Grant Cardone, Uncle G. We love Uncle G. He is awesome. He's doing really well for himself, and we all know he has thousands of doors, and as soon as we know that, we immediately wanna be just like Uncle G. We want that Grant Cardone lifestyle, right? Do you want a jet?
Yeah.
I mean, I at least want to own one that I can rent out when I'm not using it, but it'd be nice. Okay, here's the thing. Uncle G is famous for saying that anything less than 16 units is a waste of time. I disagree emphatically, Uncle G. I will tell you this. There's a reason why he's saying that. It was when you're new and you want to have all the units that Uncle G has, you want to go big on your first try. But the harsh reality is he didn't start there and he didn't get there overnight, and either will you. And that's why you're here, to learn how to close on your first rental property. If you're following Uncle G, he's reinforcing the belief that you need him and that you can't do this all on your own. Every time he says that anything less than 16 units is a waste of your time, it's just not true. See, the fun fact is that anything less than 16 units in the human psyche tells me, oh, that's actually possible. Think about it. If you think about taking down a 15 unit, that doesn't seem as daunting as something over 100 units. He wants you to want to go bigger. He wants you to want his lifestyle, because if you go bigger and you need him, well, then you're just gonna be all in and you're gonna be thinking about, man, how do I get more cash flow in my life? But if he's sponsoring your deals and taking a larger cut of that, are you actually gonna see more cash flow?
All right, let's break down, like, what does that even mean, needing a sponsor? So when you are doing a deal that is large, big capital, you're not gonna pull together 2 or 3 people and be able to fund it. You're gonna need lots of people, which means you're gonna do a syndication. Syndications are going to be governed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. It's a big deal. So let's say you're newer and you find a 100-unit building, woohoo, you found one. And let's say that you're gutsy enough to actually go put that sucker under contract. Woohoo, you did that too. Now, you do due diligence, then you bring it to the lender. And the lender basically says, go kick rocks, because frankly, you don't have the experience. Lenders are not stupid. Lenders are very conservative, and they know how to evaluate whether a borrower has what it takes to successfully operate a building. So when you're new and you don't have any experience, you're not getting anywhere near 100 units from the lender, which means you need somebody who has all that experience, who can step in, save the day, be your sponsor. Now, here's the downside. This is what Jen was referring to earlier. If you want someone else to come in and put their name on the line and basically guarantee the loan and come in as your sponsor, they're going to want a big cut of the deal. Well, then what was the point of you doing it to begin with? And chances are, they're gonna come in and really just take over the deal because they know what they're doing and you're new. Why not start with something small where you could do it on your own, or maybe with a partner, and you could learn the entire process start to finish? Then you can literally build upon that. I mean, the sweet spot for our students in the academy is between 5 and 25 units. It allows them to get in, they don't need a sponsor, and they're doing the entire process, which means when they do get to 100 units, they actually built a track record and lenders are willing to make those loans to them.
All right, so how about an example? We have a student, Marietta Franco, and her very first building was a 7-unit. Now, she went in there and it was a value add. She got it underway, and pretty soon, I think it was 7 months later?
Yeah, 7 months later.
7 months later, Marcus and Millichap approached her to list her property. Now, she was able to close on that property for a profit of $350,000 in 7 months. She took that and then got a 14-unit under contract. No sponsor, just JV. What's JV? Joint venture. We'll talk about that in a moment. So I want you to think about that. She took down a 7-unit building, cashed in on the profits, used those profits, went and got a 14-unit. So she doubled her door count. Now she's got 14 units. And that is just the simple, it's kind of like the small ball of baseball for those of you that watch baseball. You're just the basics, just the first win. She booked a win and then she got into her second bigger win. That's all you have to do. And speaking of syndication, which is what Stacy was talking about, and joint venture, which is what Marietta did, do you know the difference between syndication and joint venture? Comment below if you don't, and then we'll respond and get you into the know.
80% of people say that when they're getting started in multifamily investing, the biggest challenge for them is knowing which market should I select. So they're literally asking every guru out there, well, where do you invest? Now, everyone's answer to this question is going to be different because what market you select is going to depend on what size property you're looking to buy. Also, what is your strategy? Are you looking for stabilized or are you looking for value add? So just asking where do you invest is not a deep enough question.
And this is a great segue into what most gurus will tell you. You might hear some things like, just throw a dart at a map. You'll hit anything. This real estate market is hot. No. Or here's one, just go around driving for dollars and look for distressed properties so you can contact that motivated seller and get that property off their hands. Do you really want to be doing that with gas prices today? Or just go ahead and look on Crexy, LoopNet, Zillow, Redfin, all the places, and just start looking for bargains out there that you can get under market and then add some value to them. Oh, and here's another one. I hear this on Bigger Pockets all the time. Only buy in A or B neighborhoods because C and D, they're the first ones to get decimated. That is not facts.com.
Geez, no wonder everyone's getting so f***ing confused. Here's what the gurus are not telling you. And it's a big secret that we will share with you so that you can find the right market that's going to serve your needs and make the most sense for you using a very specific methodology that allows you to find a market that is emerging.
Now you might be sitting there scratching your head like, what in the hell are they talking about? That's like finding a needle in a haystack. You might be right, but there are some methodologies that you can use to identify those types of markets. Okay, for example, if you keep up to date with all of the trends going on, for example, I'll just say we go to cnbc.com and we look at what business states are out there, like what states are performing best in business because they probably have good tax breaks, they've got a good population, they're attracting employers. So I want to know which states in the country have the best business rating. And then I'm going to go into that state and I'm going to look at which MSAs have the best employers out there. And if you think about that, I want to look at what are the trends in some of the laws coming up. I'm going to give you an example. In 2030, they're passing a law that car manufacturers can no longer manufacture ICVs. It's an internal combustion vehicle. Who knew? I just found that out. I'll tell you what I did next is I said, oh, well, if that's going to be the law that's passed, I wonder where are all the car manufacturers that manufacture electronic cars right now? Is it electronic or electric?
Electric.
Yeah, electric. Okay, then I'm going to see which car manufacturers already have an electric car that is established and where are those plants because they might increase there. Or we have an ongoing microchip shortage in the country. So who's making those and where are those plants? Another one that I like to think about is what are the migration patterns? When COVID took place, everybody left California. We were one of them. Like we were two of them actually. Everybody left California, but where were they going? I like to look at the migration patterns to see where is everybody leaving and where is everybody going to, and most importantly, why. When you start looking at trends like that, you can identify some of the states that are probably prime for an emerging market. In emerging markets, that's where you're getting in when it's still a buyer's market, not a seller's market, buyer's market. People might think you're crazy when you're heading in there, but when you're in there and you lock up properties at these bargain rates, in 2 to 3 years, you see massive equity while you're already collecting cash flow that entire time. So emerging markets is awesome. Nobody's gonna tell you what market they're investing in. Go out there and find it. Drop a comment below if you're interested in learning more about emerging markets, and we'll touch base with you.
Now, let's talk about something that no other multifamily influencer is talking about ever. It's your fundability.
What the is that?
Well, let me answer that with a question. What would it be like if you could, out of every deal, collect more cash flow and more profit because the money you're using has less cost to you because you're not using expensive hard money or expensive private money. If you're one of those people that are okay with constantly being denied and constantly chasing after the next loan, well, then don't worry about this because if you like that, go ahead and keep doing that.
While you're driving for dollars.
But if you're ready for a change and you're ready to get access to money for any deal, then listen up. We are partners with the leader in the world of fundability that has created a blueprint that is absolutely changing the lives of investors who learn what he teaches.
It's seriously sorcery.
And he's agreed to share his $1 million funding formula with our viewers for free. Like one of the things that's so challenging as a real estate investor is just having access to capital, liquid capital. And there is a way, and holy cow, when we learned this a couple of years ago, it absolutely blew our mind. But there is a way to line up your personal borrower profile while you're also lining up your business borrower profile to get the absolute max amount of low interest money out there that is completely liquid and available for you to use as a down payment for your rehab funds, for your holding costs. And you absolutely want to learn all of these secrets that we've been learning for the last 2 years in order to do that. So Merrill, who is the founder of the company, he has a boot camp. We're going to put a link to the boot camp in the description because you know what? We just want everybody who invests in real estate to know about this. It takes some time to set yourself up, so you want to start learning as soon as possible.
In times right now where the interest rate keeps creeping up, this is something you definitely want to take action on, so grab that link in the comments. Hopefully this video was a lot of value for you and you can get out there and take action now that you have more clarity.
If you like this video, check out the video we did on Dave Ramsey.
Oh man, we pissed a lot of people off with that one.
Check out what we really think on the debt-free king.
Whew. We'll see you guys next week.